Welcome to Diplomatic Spouses Show. Today we are visiting the residence of Honorary Consul of Ireland, Mr. Masood Jamil Khan, and his spouse, Mrs. Kate Harrow. One of our yearly activities is to welcome the new diplomat in the country. First of all, I'd like to ask you to say something about Ireland.
Ireland is, as you all know, it's a small country in Europe, about 4.5 million population. Previously, it was part of UK. Then we became independent. But small population, but very dynamic country. It's considered actually one of the major hubs in the world for many sectors. I'm very honored and very happy to represent Ireland in Bangladesh, and in fact this is the first time in the history of the two countries where we have somebody on the ground here, which is me, to represent the country. So I'm very happy and very excited, and I look forward to achieving some very big milestones over the years.
Tell us something on the present mutual relations between Bangladesh and Ireland.
I believe there's huge potential between two countries, and which is untapped at the moment. So basically from Bangladesh, there's a lot of garments export, textiles that goes to Ireland. From Ireland, there's a lot of mixed products that get imported to Bangladesh. But besides this, I think definitely we can expand into other areas. A lot of areas such as IT, pharmaceutical, education. So there's a lot of things that we can learn from each other. So I think this is only the beginning, and definitely a lot we can do.
How you became the Honorary Consul of Ireland?
My childhood, my upbringing, I was born in Dhaka, grew up in Dhaka. I studied in the American International School, Dhaka, here at that time. And then I went on to study in Vancouver at University of British Columbia. And so basically, my outlook in life, my upbringing has been very international. Even our family business, we are in media, where we work in the energy sector, we work in shipping logistics. So we work in very multiple, facets of the industry in Bangladesh. And also my family also very international. We have a very global sort of perspective, outlook in life. And in fact, it was one of my sort of dreams, if I can say, that I can represent, a country where I can work to increase the bilateral ties. And in fact, I heard of that Ireland was looking to, have somebody in Bangladesh represent them. So I said I was very interested.
Madam Kate, what are the differences you are experiencing after you became a diplomatic spouse?
Honestly, because prior to his designation, we've always been attending and we've always been invited to embassy receptions and attending seminars. So I would say not drastically change, just a bit more responsibility, because now we're just not representing myself and him. We're representing a country when we go to these receptions.
I guess you also have separate plans for Ireland to be promoted in this country, right?
Yeah. So besides the economic, think more, and also how Ireland can help, just like the concern. There's many areas, whether it's education, health, and as a spouse of the Honorary Consul, I have that responsibility.
We know that His Excellency Mr. Kevin Kelly is assigned for Bangladesh as the ambassador. Would you like to say a few words about him?
Ambassador Kelly, he's, I would say, one of the most active and most experienced ambassadors that I know. And in fact, he has been guiding me a lot since the beginning, since day one. Since last year, March, my official appointment. And in fact, he was very instrumental in helping us to get our senior minister, Coveney, who came in that time, last year in March. And that time, we had the opening of the consulate, and we also met our that time Prime Minister. So that was a very big milestone, and also I think it would help to sort of kickstart, this bilateral relations between two countries. So I thank Ambassador for that, and he's very supportive of me, and we have a very good chemistry. We work very hard, and in fact we have some big plans for this year.
Hello, my name is Kevin Kelly and I'm Ireland's ambassador to Bangladesh. I'm based in Delhi, so I rely very much on the support of our excellent new honorary consul based in Dhaka. He was just appointed last year in time for our national day, St. Patrick's Day, and that's Masood Khan, who is supported of course by his wonderful wife Kate. So together they really help the embassy in terms of increasing our profile in Bangladesh, supporting our citizens whenever they need that kind of support, but hopefully as we go forward, deepening the relationship between Ireland and Bangladesh. With the high energy and enthusiasm of Masood and Kate, I have every confidence that the relationship between Ireland and Bangladesh is going to go to new heights.
So besides Bangladesh, he is also taking care of any other countries?
Yes, so under him, there's Sri Lanka, there's Nepal, Maldives, and also within India also we have 3 consuls.
Even though you are in the position for a very short period of time, and we had some trouble months in between. Besides that, what are the achievements you have already made?
No, in fact, I think, as I mentioned, our senior minister came, Coveney. That was the first time in the history of the two countries. So that helped to kickstart. And shortly thereafter, our foreign secretary that time, he traveled to Dublin and signed the first ever MOU between the two countries. So that was also a very big milestone. And after that, of course, we have had a change of government. But in the last couple of months, things are picking up again. And in fact, right now we are, one of my personal goals is to be able to, make this visa, issuance for Bangladeshis easier. We're working on this with Ambassador Kelly to see how we can maybe process the visas in Bangladesh. So if we can do that, I think overnight the traffic will obviously increase, and maybe in the future we can have a direct flight between Dhaka and Dublin.
You know of any Irish investment that is helping our economy?
Yeah, so we have Primark. Primark, they're one of the biggest retailers, Irish retailer. They've been here since I think almost 10 years, and they've been increasing their production here. So that's one big investment here. But besides that, to be honest, I think there can be a lot of investment in the IT sector, specifically, say, training. So, Ireland is a big hub for IT, and they have big expertise. So we can have a program where, it can be exchange program, where in fact, Bangladeshis can be trained for IT. And in fact, Ireland can help Bangladesh become a big IT hub. We have the young population, highly trainable here. So I think that's really untapped. And also, like, say, for example, pharmaceuticals. In Bangladesh, we have some very big private companies big into pharma, and they're looking to expand, their production into other markets. They have set up a production facility in Kenya, Nairobi. So maybe for the European market, they can have a setup in Dublin, or outside Dublin, we have Cork, the second biggest city also. So things like that we can look into. Also education. So in Ireland, we have 2 universities which are amongst the top 3% in the world, universities. So we can look into having joint programs. They can even have a campus here, or where they can even do like 1-year study over there, like exchange study. So I really believe, we can look at the education sector, especially for, like, say, technical schools. Because I think in Bangladesh, we need to also look into more like skill building,
Madam, you have been to Ireland, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us about your experience in Ireland?
Beautiful. From in the plane, you can see that the country it's just green and very organized.
What about the people? Did you
The
mix?
people are one of the most friendliest and warm. And they're very polite, you know. They're just smiling. It's like, it reminds me a little bit of Dhaka. You know, when everybody is just smiling, and even if I don't know you, like we would enter into a conversation, so it's very similar.
What would you like to say about your future plans?
So currently we are actually working on bringing an Irish artist to Bangladesh. So this would
Artist?
be, yes, artist. So this would be like an exchange program. So he or she will come here for maybe 2 weeks, 1 month, and they will have an exhibition here. So this is like something we call like a art exchange, culture exchange. So this is something now ongoing plan.
I was expecting this from you because you are coming from an art collector's family.
Correct.
And the
Yeah.
Cosmos is one of the oldest and
Absolutely.
most reputable gallery. So
Yes.
I was actually expecting that
Yeah.
this field will not be left up.
After that, plan is to do the same thing, you know, vice versa, to have one Bangladeshi artist also go to Ireland and do the same thing there.
Do you love arts like their family?
I do appreciate art. Unfortunately, I'm not much of an art collector. I do support, but the pieces that I like are the simple ones. You know, like exchanges between countries, exchange of culture affects how the artist will draw next, yeah? So I'm very interested in that, the influence of other culture, other ways of painting, of drawing, and that collaboration, I'm very much excited for that one.
We're planning that from Bangladesh to send one trade delegation to Ireland, and I think this will be the first time also in the history of the two countries. So this is very important, of course, as you know, for trade, commerce, you know, for things to happen, you need to, you know, physically go there and have that kind of exchange. So of course, after that, also to get one delegation to come here as well.
I'd like you to say something about your spouse.
Sure,
All the
no,
good things about.
Of course, we met each other in Vancouver, Canada, you know, while we were students, and so her family is based there. We moved to Dhaka, and we've been here, living here for many years now. But Kate has always been, you know, by my side as my wife, and she's always given me full support for everything. I think she has a lot of energy because I lead a very active life. I work very hard. I enjoy what I do, and so I'm always planning things, you know, this and that, and she's able to keep up, and she actually enjoys it too, I think. So I think we make a good team, and in fact, you know, for me to have become, you know, the Honorary Consul for Ireland in Bangladesh, it's to one of the greatest, I think, for myself, achievements. I feel very grateful for this, and of course my family has given me full support, including my wife, so I thank you for that. And yeah, we'll keep going as a team.
No, you see, the amount of accomplishment, success that he has, people only see the outside, yeah? But this guy has worked, and there are moments where it's like, but he kept going and just kept going. And congratulations for everything. Very hardworking. He does everything for our children, works hard for the kids. We have 3 daughters. So he doesn't miss any school programs, always be there. Even like their mini accomplishments, he's always there cheering them. Big accomplishments, of course. He has a good heart, yeah. And if I say, he's growing into a better version of what we were when we first met in our 20s.
You said you have 3 daughters, right?
Yes.
What they're doing? Which classes they?
So their ages are 14, 11, and 9. So grade 8, grade 6, and grade 4. They study in the American International School, Dhaka.
I'm Amira and I like track and field because I enjoy it and it's fun.
Hello, my name is Lila and I enjoy swimming because it improves my mood and is a very enjoyable sport. My name is Sophia and I like singing because it makes me happy and stimulates creativity.
You are from Philippines, and you have been in Bangladesh for a long time. you're mixing with the locals. How do you find Bangladeshis?
Yeah. So I was born in Philippines, and we left, my family and I migrated to Canada right after my high school. So Asian countries, you know, we grew up with our relatives. I grew up with my grandmother, so when I moved to Canada, I didn't feel like I belonged. I'm too Asian, I guess, culturally. So when I moved here and I started living here, there's a lot of similarities, like a family. You live with your grandparents, your aunt, and the Bangladeshis also are very happy, very helpful and generous people. So the same in Philippines. So I felt at home here. The language barrier, yeah, I experienced that, but yeah, I enjoy it here. The Bangladeshis are very welcoming and warm people.
Have you learned to cook any Bangladeshi food?
Yeah, I know how to make tihari, gorogush of course, and dal and some bortas. I cannot cook chicken. Every time I try to cook the korma, it's always bad, so I just stopped.
But you like beef, so you do the beef.
Oh, I do like beef.
Which feeling makes you more happy? Thinking of being a Canadian, Bangladeshi, Filipino, or very recently you became like half Irish?
You mean, where do I put myself in this? Bangladesh makes me happy. It's because of course, my family there, my children are happy here. He's here.
Would you like to say a few words about your in-laws?
My in-laws, yeah. No, my in-laws has been supportive since from the day one. They've never imposed, never forced me, never burdened me with such responsibilities. They allow me to be who I am. And I think, and of course, I show the same respect and expectations.
And you come from a diplomatic family also. Your dad is an honorary consul of Romania. It was
Like you
obvious
said-
that you would become an honorary consul.
No, I don't think so. I don't think necessarily. I mean, definitely my father being the honorary consul of Romania definitely played a role. But also myself, I also was very interested to work in this line of work, you know. But also, I would say, of course, I had that platform, you know, so that definitely was helpful as for me. Also, I would like to thank diplomatic spouses. You know, they've been very active and, you know, supporting the community, you know, taking initiatives for such kind of interviews to promote, of course, you know, the ties, promote relations between countries. I think it's very important. I think we can work together and make big things happen.
I think it's also important that people get to know, you know, the diplomats on a non-formal basis, you know, because as I said, outside seems easy and it's of us, you know, but there's actually hard work. There's a lot of thought process that goes beyond, and so thank you for, you know, giving all of us the opportunity to show the human side and the hard work, what it takes to get to one place to one place.